Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another pick a card reading here at Scatter Love Tarot with your girl. I am doing what doors are opening for you today. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anyone new here, welcome. This is just a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box. In order to do so, you can email me for personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I do want to send a special shout out to Fur Mommy Zoo, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but welcome to memberships. I'm truly honored to have you here. I'm just now getting to a place where I can give you a shout out on the videos, but I did give a shout out on my community post as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind. When you join the memberships, you do get a community shout out. So we're going to go ahead and move into it today. I am doing a pick your oracle, but before we get to that, I'm going to go ahead and start with our prayer. And I'm so excited because I found my box with feathers. It has been hidden away for a little while, and so I've got some feathers for you to choose from today. And I found these all in the wild. All the feathers I own, I have found outside. So I'm so excited to share that. All right. Get this going. Okay. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video, onto this channel. I ask today that you clear our hearts and our minds. I ask that you bring us into a place of courage and stability from within, knowing that we are so much stronger than we give ourselves credit for, and that even though self-doubt is always on our shoulder, that we don't have to listen to that self-doubt, that we can still move forward and show up regardless of that self-doubt, and that's exactly what we're meant to do on this journey, is to continue to move forward. There's not a person in the world who hasn't dealt with that worry that they're not good enough, that worry that they can't do it, that worry that there's other people who are better, and why bother, why me? And I ask today that you open our minds and our heart to proving and showing us signs that you gave us this for a reason. Whether that's a gift, a talent, a skill that we're meant to share with the world, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, that there's something on each of our hearts that is waiting to be expressed and waiting to be seen by the outside world. And today I ask that you bring forth the signs and the synchronicities to confirm that for those who need that confirmation, and even in their daily routines and their day-to-day life, may you sprinkle these beautiful little blessings of synchronicities every which way they go. As these words are spoken onto this reading and among this tribe, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. All right. So today we're choosing an oracle deck for you. Okay. So I've got their books, so you can check out their books real quick. So for pile number 1, you have the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. For pile number 2, it is the Fairy Blessing cards with Lucy Cavendish. Okay, and pile 3, it is the Kuan Yin Oracle, also by Alana Fairchild. Okay, so we'll get those out of the way. Now, really quickly, all of these feathers were found out in nature. I found them on walks. I found them when I was exploring. Both of these I found in Mesa, Arizona. And this is an owl feather. These are both duck feathers, okay? So this is the duck feather. And this is the white part of the duck. This was, I was so shocked when that came to me because I was like, I really want a white feather, and it showed up. And then the same thing with this one. I was like, man, I really, really want a duck feather with the blue and the purple on it, and it showed up. And so that was really cool. And then I'd said I wanted an owl feather, and this is an owl feather. And the owl feather, I was led by my intuition back into this deep part of the woods on this path. It was a historical thing that I took, and it was all about this huge battle that happened in Springfield. And not to get into details because that was there, but I was guided to go back on this path. It was kind of like off the beaten path, and I kept walking and walking and walking. And who I was with, they're like, we've gone way too far off the path. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just supposed to keep walking. I was like, if you want to go back, that's fine. I'll find my way back. And I kept walking and walking, and then I stumbled upon this, and I knew that that was why I was supposed to be on that path. Okay, so with that, for pile number 1, we have this beautiful feather for you to choose from. Okay. And for pile number 2, we have this beautiful feather. Okay, and for pile number 3, we have this beautiful feather. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, whichever one you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And with that being said, I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful feather, or if you were drawn to this Oracle deck, the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild, then this is going to be a reading on what doors are opening for you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anyone that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. But with that being said, we are going to go ahead and hop to it and find out what doors are opening for you. So Source, what doors are opening for pile number 1? What messages would you like to share with us today? Source, what doors are opening for pile number 1? Okay. Oh, all right. I actually really like this energy. This is a really good energy. We've got the South Node, Taurus, and the second house. It looks like you are about to walk up into a very abundant time in your life. Especially with Taurus and the second house, it's all about self-worth, okay? It's all about understanding your own worth. And through that worth, you're actually able to manifest this beautiful life, right? The way that we manifest, it's not about just desire. It's about how we feel. And we have to feel good about ourselves in order to manifest anything in our lives. And if we don't feel good, we'll never be on the vibrational frequency to receive that. And what I see here is that you've been observing South Node tendencies for quite a while in your life. You've been looking at shadow sides, you've been looking at your patterns, you've been looking at toxic habits, you know, whatever it is that's holding you back. And you're like, hold on. If I just start like facing these things, and if I start cutting out certain things in my life that make me feel yucky, that make me feel heavy, that make me feel drained, that make me feel disconnected, how is that going to impact my life? And you started seeing right away really good energy. And so the doors that are opening for you have to do with finances, abundance, self-worth, feeling good, security, stability, loyalty, and support as well on your journey. So we see here that this is going to be a time for you to really embrace this harmonious energy within you. And as you embrace this harmonious energy within you, you're really going to step away from South Node. The South Node is done. You're closing out karmic cycles. You're closing out cycles that you've stuck in since you were born, cycles that have been there for multiple lives, just depending on how you believe. And you're choosing to say, this is no longer me. And that's such a powerful place to come into. And so there's been resistance, right? Of course there's resistance. Anything with South Node, there's going to be resistance. And you chose to see that resistance as a sign that there was work that needed to be done. Not that you weren't enough, not that there wasn't anything wrong with you, but that if I'm resisting something, there means there's a pathway here to understanding myself even deeper. And through that, you've opened up this doorway that says, yes, you're coming into a place and a stage in your life where you feel worthy and deserving because you feel like $1 million on the inside, right? You've healed your heart. You've come into a grounded space. You've taken things nice and slow. This is like that slow progress that lasts a lifetime. And you've gotten okay with that journey, and you've accepted that journey, and that journey in and of itself is what's bringing all of this to you. Okay, so let's see what the tarot says. All right. Move that out of the way. All right, Source, so what doors are opening for pile number 1? What messages can you share with us today? What doors are opening for pile number 1? Okay, thank you. What doors are opening for pile number 1? Letting go of stubbornness is something I heard as well. Right? Sometimes we get so stuck in our ways and we're not recognizing that we're being stubborn. And sometimes we just have to realize that our healing journey is going to bring forth things about ourselves that we might not appreciate or like, but that there's strength in observing those parts of ourselves. Okay, so this wants to come out in the reverse. Yeah. What doors are opening for pile number 1? Right off the bat. Thank you, Source. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Chariot. So 7 is definitely a number that's making an appearance right off the bat. We've got the 7 of coins and the Chariot here. Let's talk about the Chariot for a minute. It can talk about victory, but it's also something that's very spiritually connected, right? This is that pivotal moment where you're moving from being so stuck in the 3D and being so directed by things in the 3D to letting go and allowing your spirituality to begin growing, as it were, right? In a beautiful way. And so there's a lot of growth that's happening up here. There's a lot of opening of the third eye. There's a lot of connecting with your intuition. There's a lot of emotions that are being brought forth to the consciousness that you're shedding and letting go of. And through that, not only are you feeling more centered and grounded, but you're feeling like you really belong, and you're beginning to feel very comfortable with who you are. And it's like, I'm going to take on whatever comes at me. And so the door that's opening up for you is a result of that. And it's going to bring with it a victory in life, in very many places of your life too. It's not just one. It's not like just money, or it's not just spiritual growth, and it's not just abundance. It's like all these different things that are material, things that are spiritual, things that are emotional, things that are mental. Like, it's going to open up the doors for you in a lot of different ways. So as I was putting it down, my finger got stuck and it slipped over. We have the Page of Swords coming out here. These were things that were very difficult for you to face. Okay, and I got that feeling with the dice as well. This was like that stubborn energy holding on. It was like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to turn. But it's like, you see, you've grown out of that. You've grown out of not wanting to face yourself. let me tell you, Pile One, that is such a powerful place to be. So much of the time, no one wants to look at their inadequacies and to observe those and understand those about themselves. And so, it's not that it's bad. We're human. We're all born with faults. It's just a part of the process. But if we don't observe our own faults, we don't actually get to know ourselves, right? And so the fact that you've moved on from this Page of Swords energy into this Chariot energy shows that you went from being indecisive and not wanting to face yourself to saying, like, that's the only way for me to have success is by actually seeing these things about myself, right? It's like cleaning out the socks in the drawer. I don't know why I heard that, but that's just what came through. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. We've got the Magician making an appearance here. And we've got, the Strength in the reverse. So one of your weaknesses that was coming through was seeking validation from others. And this is something that has kept you stuck for a very long time, right? This is something that kept you feeling like you weren't ever going to get where you wanted to go. It was like, I need everybody to love me. I need everybody to like me. I need everybody to see what I'm doing. I need everyone to see the value in what it is that I'm creating, right? And it feels like this is something that was very difficult for you to face because it didn't seem that way to you. It was like, well, I'm creating this because I want to help people, right? There was a why as to why you were creating that. And it was like your emotional ego was holding on to that why so much that it wasn't allowing your spirit to show you the truth behind why the why wasn't as sound as it needed to be. It's amazing to help people, but we have to take care of ourselves in order to help people, right? Anytime the Seven of Coins comes out in the reverse, it's a neurotic need for approval, right? That's what it's talking about. It's talking about needing someone else to validate our existence. That's why I was feeling like earlier, you didn't feel like you belonged. And then through the Chariot, we got this energy of now I feel like I belong, right? Like there's this energy that's coming through. It's very, very palpable. It's very, very thick. But here with the Strength in the reverse, we see that it was a repression, right? You were repressing this. I don't need that. I don't need people's approval. I don't need people to see me. But this was something that was an underlying situation connected to the South Node. And now that you're facing it, you're going to begin seeing manifestations come to fruition. And I do feel like the Magician is really pointing out whatever card will come out from this deck when we draw the card from here. It's talking about how important that this is, whatever this card is. So I do feel like that's coming through, but it looks like here you really put the emotional part of yourself and the mental part of yourself down and said, look, this is what I desire. So I'm going to move forward with this, knowing that I want this type of outcome, but I have to just keep showing up. I have to keep taking action. I have to let go of how it makes me, seem to other people. I have to let go of what other people are thinking of me. I have to let go of these fears and these doubts. Because if I don't let go of these fears and these doubts, like I keep coming back to these repeat patterns that have been creating a lot of dissonance and a lot of instability in my life. And through that, you're becoming stronger. So let's see. I'm going to clarify with the Osho Zen Tarot, because this is just such a phenomenal tarot deck. The more I use it, the more I fall in love with it. I will always, always be a Tarot Marseille girl, but the more I use this deck, the more it just, so glad I got it. All right, so may we please clarify these cards, Source. All right. May you please clarify the Magician. What doors are opening for pile number 1? Oh, okay, you got 2. Oh, we've got 3. Well, we're going to put these back, and if they want to come back out, they will. But we have Judgment, Beyond Illusion. We have the Knight of Coins with slowing down. And we have the Popes coming out here. Yeah, there's something vital about listening to your intuition here and slowing down. And I got that in the beginning. It was like taking that slow journey. There's this acceptance to this is just a part of this journey. I have to go at this pace, one foot in front of the other. Like, I'm not ever going to have an opportunity, at least right now, where I'm going to be rushing to the end and rushing to the results. It's just about taking the time, right? It's about taking that slow and steady wins the race type mindset, because as you do, what I was talking about with the Chariot is your intuition is opening up. Your third eye is opening up. You're connecting with deeper gifts that maybe have been buried for a long time, or maybe have been buried for lifetimes, right? And it's like through this process, it's at your pace, because you don't want to rush things, because you don't want to miss anything. But at the same time, I feel like Source also designed it this way so as not to overwhelm you with the gifts that you have, because you're not seeing quite the amount of gifts that you have, like how much it is, right? So may it please clarify. Yep. This one wants to come back out. When I said to clarify, it just popped back out. All right. So Source, may you please clarify the 7 of coins in the reverse here for pile number 1. What doors are opening? Thank you. May you please clarify the Strength in reverse. What doors are opening for pile number 1? Yeah, look at this. We've got the 4 of Cups coming in here. We've got turning in, right? So the doors that are opening are a result of you recognizing that there was too much noise going on outside, which is also connected to that 7 of coins in the reverse. What door is opening here is a direct pathway to your spiritual gifts, to your emotional well-being, to your mental well-being. It might not be as flashy as material goods and stuff like that, but it's so powerful. This is something that's entirely serving your highest good and going to help you win a lot of things in life and have good luck, right? Because you're going to be able to trust yourself no matter what. And this is emotional stability. So the doors that are opening are leading you to emotional stability, emotional well-being. And I said that with the Magician. Like, there's just this energy that's coming through where it's like you're not going to be listening to the whispers of others. The whispers of others are no longer who you are, but rather something that's going on outside of you that's completely separate from who you are as a person, and feeling very beautiful and connected to yourself, right? And that's such a powerful place to be. Let's see what this is, and then we'll check out the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we have the 5 of Cups with clinging to the past. And look at this chaos that's happening in this box. Like, this is very, very telling as to what this energy was bringing here. Right, so there's a past version of you that really needed to be approved by others, needed to be seen by others, needed to be understood by others, or accepted by others, or just validated by others. And it created a lot of chaos, right? A lot of unrest. And so the door that's opening is a direct path, not only to your spiritual gifts, but to silence of the mind, right? Stillness. Stillness is really what's coming through. And, you know, again, it might not be glamorous, but there's a lot of peace and a lot of harmony that's here. And connecting with your gifts, there's this huge transformation here. You're not only healing yourself, you're healing the family lineage. Your ancestors are walking with you on this path, and you're blossoming into this beautiful individual who's going to be seen by many. Right? And it's so interesting because usually, like, you see this as a butterfly, right? But it's weird because I'm getting this energy that this is actually a moth. It's like the colors here, they're not as bright as a butterfly, even though we have the yellow, but it's not as bright as you would normally see a butterfly. And it feels very like moth-like to me right now. And that's what it's saying is you've transformed through the darkness. This is walking in the dark with the divine and letting that be the transformation of your journey. I also see a dragonfly in here, and it's truth transcends illusion is the energy that I'm getting with that. I'm not sure why I see the dragonfly here, but it's just something that's coming up very clearly. And a 4-leaf clover, there's going to be good luck in the future for you because of this, for all things. That's what I was saying. The second house in the Taurus energy is showing this is like all things, but it's all things connected to your self-worth, right? You are separate from all this noise. And this is where your downfall was, or where a weak point was in your energy, right? And we have to look at those things. And that was something you finally took the time to say, okay, why am I feeling like I'm not doing as good, or whatever it was that really triggered this within you. You were like, oh my gosh, like I'm listening to everyone outside of me. I'm being directed by everyone outside of me. Like I can't even make a decision, or I can't even do the things that I want to do because I need that validation from others. And you're recognizing that's not something that's going to serve you in the long run. And that's difficult. We were raised in a society that tells us that we have to put everyone else's opinion first. And that's not true, right? And I love that you chose the Sacred Rebels Oracle, because I was just going to say, to rebel against society is to be honest and truthful with yourself, and to stand out differently. Yeah, we have stress here. Look at this. Playing in a circus. That's what this feels like to me. It's like, this is a Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is perseverance over everything, even the hardships. Like, you're going to persevere through that. So we see that with the Tarot Marseille. But with this energy of this card and this vision that we have here, it's like the monkey mind, right? The monkey, talking about the mind. We've been talking about how these thoughts have been affecting you in all things. The body, mind, the soul, the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, like all these things were being affected by the way you thought. So the monkey was what had control over you, as it left you in this state of juggling everything, and it left you in this state of just really feeling unstable in life, right? And it's like, I need multiple arms and legs just to be the person that I'm trying to be, but I don't even have all that with me, right? And here, this monkey, this is like a thought. This is a thought, like, no one accepts you, right? That could be the thought. And it pops this bubble, and then all of this fails, and it falls apart. And then there's like, what's the point of doing it again? Right? So there's a lot of self-doubt that has been really keeping you stuck. And there's a lot of fear that's been keeping you behind closed doors, not letting yourself be seen. But it's all because the monkey mind has been winning. And so the doors that are opening for you is to clarity and peace of mind. And that's, I just feel so at peace with that right now, because it feels so much better than what it is that you've been dealing with. Well, let's get some oracles out for you here and see what comes through on the bottom. Yeah, we have conjunction, a union emerging, a coming together. This is your spirit coming together and beginning to work in conjunction with your emotional ego, right? Of course, we want to get rid of the ego that's so overwhelming and cruel and mean, but when we heal, our spirit and our ego can work together to help us through life. That's, our ego's there as it's just a survival mechanism. It's also our personality. It's all these things. But everybody's like, oh, the ego is so bad. No, it's just the emotional ego that's had its, run of the mill for so long. That's what we're trying to quell and bring back into a state of balance. And so it feels like here, this is you merging together your spirit and your ego and saying, we can work together in this, and we should work together in this. But we don't have to be looking to other people to set the tone for us. We can truly choose what's right for ourselves. So what else would you like to say here, Source? What doors are opening for pile number 1? Okay, so you got 2 of these. We've got Venus energy, which is Taurus energy as well. And Diam Chanen with 16, the beauty of love lies in its wildness. Be daring and embark upon journeys with your dragon. So you're starting to be vulnerable here and do new things. And then we have Sandria and Blue. You are walking the path of perfection to discover paradise. Do not hurry. It will happen one way or another. Take small steps and enjoy the journey. So again, that confirmation, this has been a slow journey, and this idea of opening up the third eye here. Look at these synchronicities. I'm going to put this down for just a second. Let's go back to these. Look at these synchronicities of opening up the third eye. These jewels, it's like seeing the jewel, seeing the diamond in the rough of who you are, right? This is a very powerful reading. Okay. On the bottom, we have Merlin and Liliana with love yourself just as you are. You are amazing. And by opening yourself up to all of your different lives, you will become the sum of them. Yes, I love this. And we said that something that's been holding on since past life. If you believe in past lives, if not, this is just generational curses coming through that your families have dealt with for time and time again. When you open up to the truth of who you are and all those different things that everybody has gone through, then you become the sum of that, which means that you also heal so much of that. I love the Merlin card in this deck. It's just so beautiful. All right, let's get a Animal Oracle, thank you. We've got Seahorse on the bottom. Watch and wait. Ending karmic cycles. It's been a long journey. I feel like Source is telling you, I know it's been a long journey, but things are happening. Watch and wait. Okay? First, you had to let go of all this pain and all this suffering and all this monkey mind and all these things that were holding you back. And that's what you're doing. And it's like you've come to the end of this journey doing that, but it's going to be something that sticks with you for all of life. And so the door that's opening is straight into your, straight into your intuition and your gifts. We have ancestors and generations here. That's what I was saying, generational curses just a minute ago, but your ancestors are with you. Didn't I say that earlier as well when we got those cards out? I said your ancestors are with you. They're walking this with you, and this is like them as a confirmation saying like, don't write us off. We really are with you. We really are helping you heal. We really are helping you overcome so much. We really are helping you through this difficult time. And we know, of course, you want all those things that you desire. Of course, you want all those things that you're asking for, and they'll come. But first, we have to work on the internal part of ourselves. And so I feel like your ancestors are also sending, you know, those vibrations down the threads of who you are to also heal things that you might not be aware of, right? Bringing things into the consciousness. Yeah, we have number 11 here with power and deer. Again, this moon, the massive moon showing itself here. And the moon's not on every card here, right? Like, look, even here, I'm just going to go to the next one. Like, neither one of these has the moon. And the moon is connected with Cancer energy, which is also, my apologies, which is also connected with the Chariot card. This is Cancerian energy. We have Leo. We have Taurus energy, pretty heavy out here. We have Cancer, Scorpio, and Virgo and Gemini and Aries. Yeah, so, but heavy on the Cancer energy. Heavy on the Cancer energy. Okay, but dealing with your emotions. There's something about embracing your emotions here. That's where the primal part of you comes through and allows you to move forward. Like never giving up. Okay, let's get a truth oracle here for this reading. Source, what doors are opening for pile number 1? Okay, thank you. On the bottom, we have chew. Deep thinking, remember, solving puzzles in the code word, putting the pieces together. Okay, chew on this. That's what I heard. That's what I felt like your ancestors are doing, bringing threads of remembrance to you so that you can chew on them and heal them. May you please have an angel number for this reading. Okay, thank you. And on the bottom, we have 1212. Big ventures, divine intervention, prosperity, big ventures, fated events, and faith. I'm not going to read the thing on that, but if you want to read it, you can go back and pause it, take a look at it. It's just that the more I read these, the longer it goes on. So let's see what we've got. Leo energy, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. Yeah, so you might be a Leo. You might have a Leo, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Leo in the 4th house, I just heard. So it's all about you being more confident and comfortable with who you are. No. Look at what came out. Look at what came out. Truth transcends illusion. What? I saw the dragonfly. Oh my gosh. Ah, thank you so much, Source. That was so cool. We have number 22, which is a master number. Okay, trusting in the process. Oh my goodness, that was so, I love that that happens on camera. Like, just so cool that Source does that. I love that. Okay, we have dream time with creation. You're creating something here. Right, this talks about the Aborigines who sing the world into existence through their didgeridoos. This is also an ancestry card, right? The ancestors that came, the first ancestors to walk the world. They had to create it and bring it into existence. So again, your ancestors, you might resonate really deeply with ancestor readings. If not, I bet you channel ancestors as well. That's a feeling that's coming through here. So you might want to start researching and connecting with books that talk about the ancestors. Okay, so we have summer solstice with radiance. You're beginning to shine. You're beginning to be seen for your gifts, for your talents. Like, you're opening up to the depth of those gifts and talents. And your truth is beginning to transcend this illusionary world that we're in. We have shark. You're walking in your path of purpose. And now you're no longer the prey, like you're the predator, right? We have an apex predator here. And so now you're no longer the prey, like seeking for that validation. Now you validate your existence. And because of that, you've turned into an apex predator because you're not a part of the system. You're rebelling against the system. Silence. Ooh, keep silence, coercion, and hint. So I feel like this is what you've been fighting. The silence, like I'm scared to do what I know I need to do because of the silence. Look at all this blue. Look at all the blue. Even the dice blue. Right? So connecting with your throat chakra has been something that has been very vital for you in this process. All right, let's see. We've got 1515. I can't make this up. Intuition. Intuition relating value, insight, increased perception, love, and monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect or else karma will bite your you know what. 3 is a crowd. Okay. So, remember your healing karmic cycles here. Look, and 333, divine timing, realistic and practical approach to goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation. You have the benefit of good fortune. And if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything in this place. You can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been feeling this whole time. Right? And didn't I say earlier, like the 4-leaf clover? I saw the 4-leaf clover. There's good luck that's coming in. All right, Source, what Rebel Oracle card will help us pull this all together for pile number 1? What doors are opening for them? Also with the silence over the shark here, it's like you're silent but deadly. Like you don't need to be loud and proud anymore. Like you can just travel in silence and do what you're doing. And you know, like if you need to speak out into the world, you're speaking out into the world, and that's what you're doing. But you don't need to be seen by everyone now. And I'm getting that with the silence energy. What you want wants you in the Fibonacci sequence. That is with the sacred geometry and a creation part of the world. So let's see here. We're just going to read this one out of the book and see what we've got. Wow, 22. We've got 22 coming out twice. Truth transcends illusion. She feels she knows. And this card is interesting to me because this feels like, you know, you've been beat up in life. And life's been so hard and difficult. And oh my gosh, like, what do I do? Right? But truth transcends illusion. You've learned to feel into what's happening, and you've learned, you know, right? You feel and then you know. And that's what's been happening. And we've seen that throughout this entire reading. I love this. All right. This is a difficult card for sure. Okay. Let's see. It says, an illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but more of a softer, gentler knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now or has just recently come, gently but firmly from the place of knowing, intent to act. Take your next steps forward. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or long-term development. Something is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment of importance, although you will always have a dim sense of possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the big picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped up to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You're being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. If you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the natural process of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process with absolute trust. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situations in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life path and purpose. And we got the purpose card. This is the stage of preparation and of building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creativity journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away. Remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you, for it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. We got radiance. Oh, this reading. And all this is happening now is happening to that end. Oh my gosh, I love this reading for you, pile number one. I love it. I can't. My nose is going crazy. This is such a powerful reading. Right, we have the peacock feather here, and the peacock feather talks about prosperity. So prosperity is coming to you, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if you want to give up hope. Like, you're learning something valuable here with the dragonfly spirit, and truth transcends illusion, and you're learning how to trust in this process of creativity, right? You're learning how to let things unfold and finding that balance and trusting your intuition and what's coming with your intuition, okay? This is what I see here for you. This was a next level reading. Seriously. So if you felt like this was your reading, leave the number 22 down below in the comments and say, I trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and that my abundance and prosperity is tied directly to my self-worth and how I perceive myself. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on membership. So if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredible reading. And until next time, pile number one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you are drawn to this beautiful owl feather, or if you were drawn to the Fairy Blessings by Lucy Cavendish cards, oracle cards, then this is going to be your reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anyone new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what doors are opening for you, pile number 2. So, Source, what doors are opening for pile number 2? Source, what doors are opening up for pile number 2? What would you like to say? Source, what doors are opening up for pile number 2? Okay, so we've got Sagittarius, we've got Mars, and we've got the 3rd house. So we've got Gemini, Sag, and Aries energy coming out. This feels like... That's interesting. This feels like a... it could be a family situation, okay? With the 3rd house here, we're looking at siblings, schoolmates, people that you grew up with, people that have been in your life for a long time. But it also refers to twin flames for me, okay? So like soulmate love. So I just want to point that out. But what I'm going to talk about is just people in general that you have connections with today. So just know that this could be a twin flame, but it could also be just people you know, all right? But it looks like here we're focusing on reestablishing the sense of adventure in life and taking charge of what is important to you. And what is happening here is this energy of letting you be seen to the people who know you closest, to the people who resonate closest with you. And so this feels like a vibe attracts your tribe type ordeal coming in. There's a lot of past resentment that's seeping through, though, and it feels like this is something like where people haven't accepted you, or where people have made fun of you, or made you feel like you were weird or different, or like you didn't belong. Or this could be a broken heart from a twin flame as well, like where things just didn't work out the way that you thought they were going to. And so this could even be love in general. But the 3rd house really does talk about siblings and, you know, things that are very, very close to us, people who are very, very close to us, okay? Early education as well. Also, that's the other thing that's coming in here is it looks like you're about to learn something new and take action towards that. And I feel that very strongly as well, especially with the 3rd house next to Sagittarius energy. It's like taking charge, taking action. Maybe you signed up for school. Maybe you signed up to learn something about divination. Maybe you signed up to learn something about the spiritual process, writing, drawing, art, painting, creating, pottery, poetry, whatever it is. There's like this sense of learning something new here, or wanting to learn something since you were a child. There is a lot of energies that are coming through right now, but it does feel like regardless of what part you were at, there is this take charge attitude that's coming through where it's like, I'm no longer going to be held back by the past, right? I'm no longer going to be held back by how I felt when I was a kid, or when I met this person, or when, you know, I created a bond with these individuals and it just wasn't quite what I thought or expected it to be. I'm not going to be held back by that anymore. I'm going to step up into a leadership position, and there's a facing of that resentment as well. And it's actually becoming fuel, it feels like, for your journey, but you are actually facing it. Like, you're not just like going to pack it away and put it in a closet somewhere. Like, you're literally looking at it like saying, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? And so it's becoming fuel for you. Like, yeah, they didn't accept me, but that's not going to stop me, right? I'm not done yet. I just heard that right now. I'm not done yet. It's just, I laugh because there's a show that I'm watching. I don't know if you've seen Black Clover, but I'm watching Black Clover, and Asta, one of the main character, well, the main character, he always says, I'm not done yet. And it's so inspiring. And I feel like that's the type of energy that you're exuding right now. Is like, I'm not done yet. Like, I had all the odds stacked against me, but I'm not done. Right? Yeah. I was always going backwards, and I always had this fear of ever getting to where I wanted to go, but I'm not done. That's what it feels like here for you, pile number 2. But let's see what comes out with the cards. So, Source, what doors are opening for pile number 2? Leadership. Leadership just came in very clear right now. being able to help others through their darkness or through their hardships, through whatever it is that they're experiencing, being able to help them find balance. Source, what is pile number 2? What doors are opening for pile number 2? Thank you. Yeah, this could be family too, letting go of family, toxic family traits, but it also could be letting go of family members that aren't serving you, just like walking away so you can take care of yourself at this time. Yeah, feeling hopeless. There's been a lot of hope, like a lot of lack of hope, despair, hurt, guilt, pain. Like, what doors are opening for pile number 2? And don't worry about the reversals here. They'll make sense in a second. Okay, yeah, the Queen of Coins in the reverse. Yeah. Okay, so this could be an overbearing mother. This could be an overbearing father, an overbearing grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, somebody in your life. And you're finding out a deeper truth about yourself, and you're being really honest with yourself. And so the doors that are opening here is really you stepping into your power, stepping into this place of leadership, taking this charge in your life and saying, I'm not going to let my fear hold me back. That's why I was saying, like, whoever this is, it's like they've been with you since you were a child. They've been on the journey with you for a long time. They have expected you to be a certain way, and it's left you feeling really all different types of emotions. Like, I feel like you definitely showed up with them, but wow, that was so loud. It scared me. Woo! That was just my steam pot. I'm making chili for dinner. All right. We got the 8 of Swords here coming out, showing that this is something that was very, very much on your mind. It created a lot of fear. It created a lot of hurt. It created a lot of pain. It created a lot of instability. Right? And you didn't want to get caught up in it, but it was hard for you to change, right? There's a lot of stubborn energy that's holding on here with the 5 of Wands. But you finally became very honest with yourself and were like, I have to let go of what's not serving me. I have to let go of what's not working for me anymore, because I can't be this role that this person needs, and I can't play this position that this person needs. And even maybe for yourself, like, I can't be what it was that I thought I needed to be back then, because it's just not working for me, right? And then we have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. Okay. This has been a lost cause for you. Whatever this situation is, whether this is a friend, whether this has been the twin flame that you want to connect with really, really deeply, whether this is a soulmate that you really want to connect with, but there's been a lot of hopeless energy that surrounds this. Like, it's not ever going to happen. It's not ever going to come to balance. It's not ever going to work its way out. It's just, there's a lot going on. There's someone here who's trying to control and step on toes. There's someone here who's creating a lot of chaos in the situation, in the physical world, right? This is something that's very physical. There's no nurturing happening here. It's one-sided. And look, you see here, I very much feel like you're being represented by the King of Swords, where it's just like you're putting up this boundary of saying, like, I just can't focus on this anymore. I just can't deal with this anymore. I just can't put forth the energy that this situation requires anymore, because I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on what's right for me, and I need to take care of myself and defend myself and stand up for myself and, you know, do things that work for me. But I also appreciate that the past is something that has brought me to this place that I'm in. So you're holding something close to your chest here. You're holding something very dear that's actually going to bring you a lot of abundance and potential wealth as well. And it is something that you're not telling anybody. You're very much holding this on your own, and you're saying, you know what, it's okay, but I need to focus on this. And it's going to be taking your attention away from whatever this situation was. Okay, whether this is a friend, a family member, this could be, again, your twin flame, a soulmate. This is a person, a situation, a place, a situationship, whatever this is. It's like you're finding some sense of new creativity coming through, and through that, you're moving away from it. You're beginning to network, you're being curious, you're learning something new here. You're opening your own doors. Honestly, pile 2, it's like, what door is opening for you? You're the one that's been knocking, and you're turning handles, and you're like, is this one locked? How about this one? Oh, is this one open? Oh, all right. Let's see what's behind this one. And so what doors are opening for you is literally the ones that you're choosing to try to open. They're opening for you. That's what I keep seeing, like a huge hallway just filled with doors, and you just going on and knocking and seeing if anyone opens, and then you're trying the handle. And it's like, if you don't like what you see inside, you move on, but it's like you're in the process of trying to align with what is best for you, rather than getting caught up in the chaos of things that aren't playing a vital role on your journey anymore. Right? It's easy to get it's easy to get lost in the sauce. But you're not anymore. You're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to go through that anymore. I'm not going to experience that anymore, because if this is a person, it's like, you know what, they've got their own journey to contend with, and I'm going to leave them to that. If this was like a job, you're looking for something that's more aligned with your values, your morals, and your core values, right? Like, you're like, no, this has got to be something out there that's going to match me a much, much better. If this is family, you're like, look, I love you. I appreciate everything that you've done for me, but I have to love you from afar right now because I have to protect myself. And with this King of Swords, you see, this is like protection of self. You're going to battle, or you're realizing you actually don't have to fight. It's just you've been prepared for battle for so long and living in this state of survival mode for so long. It's like, when are things going to even out for me? And so the doors that are opening here is to a place of really stepping into this position of leading an army. But the army is like your spirit guides and your angels and your messengers and your ancestors. And it's like you realize the team that you have that's standing behind you is literally your spiritual army moving forward. Like, they're fighting battles for you that you might not have known that were existing. And it's like, so you can focus on yourself. They're like, we'll take care of that. Don't worry. So you might see that whatever this is begins to vibe out of your energy, where it's like, you know, say it's a friend and they're always calling you. They're always trying to get you on the phone. They're always trying to get you to hang out with them. And maybe they stop calling you less, and you might not even recognize it or realize it at first, because you're so busy trying to learn or focus on yourself and focus on your journey and the adventures of journeying on this path of light and love and higher vibration. And all of a sudden one day you'll be like, whoa, I haven't heard from this friend in a long time. Like, what the heck happened? And instead of reaching out, you're just kind of letting things play out here. And so this is like finding a sense of peace amidst the chaos is what this feels like. Let's get some clarifiers here. Source, may you please clarify the Star card in reverse? I'm going to clarify with the Osho Zen. Yeah, awareness. The number 7. So 777 is a very powerful number for you. And that's all about bringing luck into your life when you change what it is that you've been doing. And you're doing that, right? Look at finding peace amid the chaos. This curtain is on fire, but there's like this little Buddhist figure inside here, a Buddha figure inside here. And it's like been difficult trying to figure out that part of yourself, right? But the Chariot's being aware of your spiritual self, your spiritual embodiment, and choosing what works best for you. Source, may you please clarify the 7 of Wands in the reverse? Please clarify the 7 of Wands in the reverse. Thank you. Well, you're going to have 2 cards for that, okay? All right. And then maybe clarify the Queen of Coins here. Please clarify the Queen of Coins, Source. Okay, thank you. On the bottom, we have the 7 of Coins, patience. You're creating something. That's what I was saying, like, you're creating something. And it's unorthodox and it's unusual, but it's perfect for you. And there's cycles that you have to go through. There's been cycles that you've had to go through to get to where you are. Right? But there's like this realization of it now. And you're seeing it come to fruition now. And you're seeing things start to fit together. And so the doors opening have to do with whatever it is that you're creating. Look, this got stuck to my thumb, and underneath that we have the Empress energy with creativity. Right? So, and the moon, again, the moon cycles, right? So you're creating something that is bringing you into alignment. We see that with all these rainbow colors, this alignment of the chakras here, letting yourself be seen. So whatever it is that you're creating is bringing a sense of abundance to you, okay? But it's also helping you to divert your attention from whatever this chaos is that's going on in the back, which has brought you guilt. Look at this. We've got guilt with the Eight of Swords. Again, the Eight of Swords. And then we've got the House of God with the Thunderbolt, right? Destruction, chaos, things falling apart so they can fall into place. It's like a lot of stuff happening here. Letting go of the emotional ego, the attachment that you had to this so that your spirit can be set free, right? It's a lot of heavy energy. But now coming into this. It's more beautiful, balanced energy. All because you've been getting guidance from your spiritual team and your ancestors. We have mind. I believe this is the Queen of Swords. Let me double check real quick. I'm still getting used to these Osho Zen cards, but I believe that's the Queen of Swords. It actually might be the Knight of Swords. Or the Page. I don't know. It's not the King. I know that. Alright. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is the Page. Okay, so this is the Page of Clouds. It says this is what happens when we forget that the mind is meant to be a servant and start to allow it to run our lives. The head is filled with mechanisms, the mouth is ranting and raving, and the whole surrounding atmosphere is being polluted by this factory of arguments and opinions. But wait, you say, the mind is what makes us human. It's the source of all progress, all great truths. If you believe that, try an experiment. Go into your room, shut the door, turn on a tape recorder, and give yourself total permission to say whatever is on your mind. If you really allow it all to come out without any censorship or editing, you'll be amazed at the rubbish that comes spewing forth. The Page of Clouds is telling you that somebody somewhere is stuck in a head trip. Take a look and make sure it isn't you. Yeah, so that's interesting because I feel like that's what this person is. Like, they're stuck in this trap. They're tripping out and they're trying to like get you to focus on them. They're trying to get your attention, right? Like, this looks like someone who's mummified. They're just stagnant. They're stuck in place. And that they're at the whims of whatever's going on in their minds. And that's why it's been a lost cause. And then we have this is the Magician. Existence. See? Peace of mind. Stillness. That's what's coming. It's like stillness in the mind. You're no longer going to be focusing on this chaos or the chaos that surrounds this situation, right? Signs of like the twin flame journey. There's so much everywhere, so much information from everyone. It's like hard to know what's right for you. And so it's like turning away from it for a while and connecting with your guides helps you to connect with your truth, right? Because we can tell everybody our experience, but in reality, we have to turn away from what everybody else has experienced so that we can begin to experience what we're meant to experience. And then we have, yeah, the Six of Wands here with success over the Queen of Coins. Like, even if this is a person or a job situation, whatever it is, you're going to overcome and have this success. This is also with the Tarot Marseille, the Six of Wands talks about having an ally, finding that balance, that equilibrium, and being able to feel good about where you're at. So letting go of this situation is bringing someone into your life that's meant to help you on the journey. It's very powerful energy. Let's get some oracles out and see what else comes through. What doors are opening for pile number 2 here, Source? What more would you like to say? Thank you. On the bottom, we have Pisces energy. Intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Yeah, intimacy. On a different level, though, I don't feel like this is physical intimacy. I feel like this is connection intimacy, right? Like, even though we don't have the 7th house here, it just feels like these are connections. Whoever these connections are that you're letting go of or that just aren't serving you right now, they've been in your life your whole life. Like, they've been there from the get-go, right? And there's this, like, comfort feeling. And if it's not a family or friend, it's like this is a job situation that's been playing out for a long time in your generational curses in your family. Like, it's always been these certain types of jobs that they've gotten connected with. And if this is your twin flame journey, then this is someone who you thought you could trust and rely on and they were going to have your back no matter what. And then maybe they just bunked out. But whatever the situation is you're moving away from it and you're following your intuition here and having compassion for what has happened in the past. What I say, there's this energy here with the King of Swords that's coming through that's saying, like, the past has given me the courage to be who I am today. Okay. And that's helping you to find this intimacy, these connections. Okay. Let's get some more oracle cards out for pile number 2. What doors are opening here? Okay, wow, thank you. On the bottom, we have Confucius and Xing Fu with, you have come a long way along the path of mastery. Learn now from your own soul where the light of ancient knowledge shines. You are ready to receive everything. Balance. Yeah, this is a very powerful message here. This is a very powerful message. You're ready to receive everything. So there's a lot of things that are coming to you. It's not just one thing, right? Success. There's a victory here. There's you overcoming something huge here and receiving so much. Yeah, so I do feel like you're going to get some monetary gain, spiritual gain, mental gain, emotional gain, like everything in life that you can gain from. And we've got Turkey Spirit here, give with grace, gratitude and grace. You're going to have more than enough to give back. And that's why this card is coming out. Give with grace and gratitude, or gratitude and grace. And look, it's number 7. 61 is 7. And we've got number 11, Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Yeah, you've changed a lot. Like, people don't recognize you anymore because you've changed so much, and that's okay. You've changed for the better. You've changed for what serves you. You've created your own life, your own destiny, right? And that's the way life should be. We should all be creating our own lives and destiny, but not everybody does that. Sometimes they just get stuck in this existence of chaos. So we've got Shaman here with ancient healing wisdom. So healing has been bringing you to this open door, giving you this knowledge to walk through, to seek what you want, like all those doors, knocking on each and every door. You're gaining a huge amount of wisdom here. You're gaining this connection to your team, your spiritual team. This could be ancestors as well. You could be a shaman. You could be a healer as well. And you're recognizing your gifts. Okay. Well, let's see what else comes out. I do feel like the main thing here is just letting go of this connection. Change with 33 chameleon. Change. Transformation. You're no longer blending in just for the sake of blending in, to not create drama or hardships when it comes to the people in your life. Okay. Then we've got Peregrine Falcon observation with 25-7. Again, the third eye is opening here. Okay. Really connecting with that third eye energy is powerful. Let's get a truth oracle for pile number 2, source. What doors are opening for pile number 2? May we please have a truth oracle here? Wow, okay. We have miracle. Dreams come true and get what you want. So everything that you've been asking for is coming true. Okay, like it is. It's on its way. It's coming to you. And it's because of turning your energy away from this person. It's this energy of like, I'm not focused on you anymore. I'm going to focus on myself. And that's what's been so powerful for you. And so what doors are opening are the doors to all of your blessings, your abundance, your prosperity. We have roll the dice on the bottom. Take a chance, risk, and a leap of faith. And I feel like that's exactly what this was. It was a leap of faith for you to not focus on this situation anymore. Because it's something that's been playing a part in your life since early childhood learning. Let's get some angel numbers out here for pile number 2, source. What doors are opening for pile number 2? What doors are opening for pile number 2, source? Okay, thank you. I'll get one more. What doors are opening? Thank you. On the bottom, we have 555, 5555, compassion, love, affection, compassion. We had that with Pisces energy, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love. Okay, and I'm not going to read this, but you're more than welcome to pause the video and read that yourself. And I'm going to get on with the other cards here. All right, so we've got water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio with spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. The door that is opening up is compassion. I felt like that earlier with the King of Swords. Is this energy of just being really grateful for what has happened. That compassion that comes from that gratitude that you have of everything that you've been through, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly. It's like saying, I wouldn't be the miraculous individual I am today if I hadn't gone through every single situation I went through. So there's gratitude for all those hardships that you've gone through, but there's also compassion for yourself and for others who played a part. So like I said, even if it's just like, it's difficult because these are people who are stepping on your toes and creating a lot of chaos in your life. It's like you could be angry at them. But I feel like for you, Pile 2, one part of the doors that are opening for you is this understanding of like, there's no need to hold on to all that anger, that resentment, that hurt, that pain, that betrayal. Because I'm moving on to bigger and better things, the things that are more aligned. I have the hiccups. We have Saradwin and Baldwin, look, number 22. You might have come from pile 1. See the wonders around you and honor this incarnation. The here and now in this is the stage on which you will encounter and learn to love yourself. Right? And so see the wonders around you and honor this incarnation. Like you're honoring this part of your life. And that's what's so amazing. And that's why you're getting these miracles in life. And then we have Iduna and Lutzi Lu with you are being tested. To take the next step into a wonderful new phase of life, you must make a significant change to your attitudes and beliefs. That's exactly what this is. So the doors that are really opening is this shift in seeing the past and seeing the people that have hurt you and seeing the way that things have played out, the jobs, the situations, whatever it is, even your twin, whoever's on the journey that's hurt you. It's seeing things from a whole new way, purifying your thoughts and honoring that everything has really led you to this place of creating an opportunity for you to manifest miracles in your life. We have vigilant stone people. Remember how at the beginning I said I'm not done yet? This is exactly that same energy. This says staying true to your path no matter what happens, right? You never give up. And that's what I was saying. Like I kept hearing that earlier. I'm not done yet. And stone people vigilance is that's a manifestation of that. In this reading, that's the truth. Like you're not done yet. It's like no matter how hard it's been, you still showed up. You've still done what you needed to do. You've still gone through the process. And now there's this purifying of your thoughts. Look, here we go. We've got 1441, family ties, connections, friendships, romantic relationships, and family ties. How do you move forward toward your true life's calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. So family ties coming out. And I said that earlier. This could be siblings. It could be a mother or father. It could be an auntie, uncle. We had family ties, but also pointing towards this might be romantic relationships and just connections in general. And then we've got the 808. 808 kick drum. That's a bass nectar song. You can check that out. 808. Ancestors, balance, power struggle, force, violence, hope. Ancestors, low vibration and warning. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. And that's what I feel like you've been doing with this King of Swords energy. And so the ancestors are here saying we've been helping you with that. Okay, so we're going to get a fairy blessing card for you to help this reading come together. So Source, what is the fairy blessing card that will help us better understand what doors are opening for pile number 2? What is the fairy blessing card that will help us better understand what doors are opening for pile number 2? Okay, that's the one. Thank you. I love these cards. They're so beautiful. We have on the bottom a blessing from Queen Ma, number 39. Healing of the sacral chakra. Reconnecting with the dark feminine here. Balancing out your energy. I might tap into this one, but let's see what you got. A blessing of the wild within, number 24. And I just got the chills. Whoa. It's pretty intense. Oh, I opened up right to it too, and then I went past it. Okay, so this is what we're going to read. All right, it says, the fairy gift of the untamed heart. Within you is a wild place, a place that is pure and untouched by conditioning and should not. And it is to this place that the fairy blessing of the wild within comes and rests and takes root within you this day. This fairy blessing is a calling back to your wild self, to the self that has been shaped and pummeled by the forces of family, culture, and manner. I love that. And jobs and timetables and by all of the things in the human world that can cage us. Didn't I say that earlier? Like, if you're getting stuck in what everyone's saying about your twin flame, like, can you be your true potential? If I didn't say it on here, it's actually something I said in my podcast earlier today, which is absolutely incredible. It says, and the Fae, and so the Fae offer you the shining blessing which returns you for a moment to your own wild within, so you can remember that what it felt like to be natural, to be unthinking and uncensored, to be innocent and dancing, to move when called to have that primal instinctual self to take hold and fly with you. When these blessings come, let that wild within flow all the way through you and find places and spaces in your life to allow the wild within to have its moment. Dance without fear of judgment. Speak. Words falling like waterfalls from your lips. Sign and use the voice, or sing and use the voice of the great gift of nature has offered you. And never feel awkward or strange or like you do not fit in. Instead, knowing you are a deep part of all that is around you and that somehow by your very presence you ignite a little of that wild within in every soul you meet. May the blessing of the wild within offer you return to the natural, most innate parts of you and let them arise and dance and sing and be loving towards all. Let the untamed heart of you warm all that is about you and bring you back to that sense of deep belonging to the earth and to the stars. Blessings of the fairy gift of the wild within to you, friend. I love that. I love that message so much. And that's what I was saying, like, this loving energy towards all as well. It's like realizing there's no need to hold on to that anger, right? And that's where I'm not going to read this because I feel like the thing here is that they're showing like there's this healing of the dark feminine within you as well as the sacral chakra, which is the right to feel. And it's just understanding like it's okay that I feel the way that I feel about what I went through, but it's also okay to know that I can send love and healing to others and not be a part of their life and wish them the best, because all of us deserve to have the best on our journey, no matter what has happened to us in life. Like, hurt people are hurting people. And if we continue to be in that space of hatefulness towards others, we're just continuing that cycle of hurt people, hurting people. And that's what I feel like you're growing out of. And through that, you're bringing in miracles that Source doesn't even want to talk about because there's like an element of surprise here for your journey, okay? I love this reading for you. This is a powerful reading, pile number 2. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little hand heart emoji just like this down below and say, by letting go and sending love and healing to the past, I open up myself to receiving the miracles in my life that Source is bringing me, Spirit, God, whatever you believe in, okay? And if this resonated with you, it means so much to me for you to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member. I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, but I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, all for coming together to give us this amazing message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to the Kuan Yin Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, or if you were drawn to this beautiful feather, then this is going to be your reading on what doors are opening up for you. Let me go ahead and get this set up over here. All right. So I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for anyone new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to your reading and find out what doors are opening for pile number 3, Source. What doors are opening for pile number 3? What can you tell us today? What messages do you have for us? What doors are opening for pile number 3, Source? Okay, so we've got the first house. We've got Saturn energy and we've got Capricorn. It's interesting because I should have said it before we started, but I totally forgot. And we see it as now. But Saturn kept coming up when I was shuffling some of the cards to get ready for your reading. And I kept hearing there was a lot of difficulties that you've been through. Just for being yourself, just in life in general, just for everything that it is that you've done. Like, there's just been a lot of hardships. Like, even if it hasn't been like really rough, it just feels like it's just been struggle after struggle after struggle. And let me turn on the light. It's starting to get dark out. Okay. And you know, we see that here with the first house. This is all about how you view yourself and your appearance, your view of the world and everything like that. And it's like, you've always felt like an outcast. You've always felt like the black sheep. And there's been a lot of burdens and hardships that have come from that. But there's also been a lot of disconnect that's come from that as well. And we see that with this combination of dice. It's been something that you've constantly had to sacrifice being yourself in order for you to feel like you fit in order for you to feel like you were a part of this world, in order for you to feel like, you know, you had a place. Not even that you belonged, but that you had a place. You might have resonated with another pile, but I do feel like this is a little bit different than that other pile. I'm not going to tell you which one, but you are always more than welcome. If you are drawn to more than one, you can watch them. It's never a requirement. As always, if you watched all 3 piles, leave a purple heart down below. That is always designated for you. Just say I made it, and I'll know what that means. But this feels like it's just been a struggle. Just whatever it is that you've been through, whatever it is that you've gone through, there's been a struggle. And it's taught you the value of patience, hard work, and sacrifice. Like sacrificing things that you want right now so that you can enjoy them later. Like sacrificing things that maybe made you feel better or that could have turned into addiction. Sacrificing those now so that you could really focus on yourself. And we see here that with the Capricorn energy that you have this ability to really put your head down and do what needs to be done and pour into the work and pour into the process and pour into the journey. But it hasn't always been like that. It came through a lot of upsets. It came through a lot of feeling like this wasn't meant for you. It came through feeling like I'm never going to manifest what it is that I want. You might be asking, what does this have to do with doors that are opening? And I feel like Source is acknowledging how you have felt. Because even with the first house here, we do see a new beginning. Okay, and we see that that's relevant here. We also see fame and fortune with Saturn as well, right? But this is about mastering yourself. Okay, this is about you overcoming self-limiting beliefs, being really ruthless to yourself, rigid towards yourself, cynical, fearful, stepping into a role of authority, really being hardworking and determined and not giving up. By any means, not giving up. Breaking conventions too. I feel like you've been very conventional your whole life and there's things that work and you follow those, but I also feel like you're breaking convention. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. You're healing karma and you're building something that is very solid and stable, and with this stable foundation, there's no questioning yourself or the journey anymore. I feel like that process has made you feel more at home than any one person has ever made you feel in your life, or any one situation has made you feel in your life. Literally, you're the one who created it for yourself. And that's part of this process is doing that for us, right? I feel like everybody struggles with this at some point in their lives, feeling like an outcast, like they don't belong, feeling like things are really difficult. And, you know, of course there are stages, some go through more than others. But coming to this understanding of, like, I have to create my own foundation in life, and I have to make a place where I fit and where I feel like I belong. It's where we get power and strength from. But let's see what the tarot says in regards to this. What doors are opening for pile number 3, source? Okay, what doors are opening for pile number 3? Thank you. What doors are opening for pile number 3? Yeah, letting go of hidden dangers. Like overcoming. I feel like there's a lot of subconscious work that you had to do. A lot of, you know, when we talk about blocks, right, with Capricorn and Saturn energy, there's a lot of blocks here. And with the first house, it's something that you've had against yourself because of, you know, learned, conditioned energies, things that people have brought to you that maybe they were really convincing and you believed. And it's just been really difficult for you to let these go. But as you begin to relinquish these, you're finding a more grounded energy of self. Source, what doors are pile number 3 opening? What doors are pile number 3? Thank you. What doors are pile number 3 opening, source? Okay, thank you. All right, on the bottom of the deck, what do we have? Yeah, the 2 of Cups. Maybe to love. But I also feel like this is duality, right? The balance of the light and the dark, the balance of the feelings of the shadow, and balancing the feelings of the light, and knowing that they are going to be interwoven through the whole of life. And we do see love here. You can be calling in someone in a loving relationship. This could be a friendship, a partnership, a situationship. But for a long time, I feel like it wasn't easy for you to look at the dualistic nature of life. It was either black or white, or, you know, it's all one way or the other way. Like there was no gray scale for you for some time. And it took a long time to get to this part where you're actually looking at things from the whole and outside of how it was affecting you. And outside of what it was making you feel and think. It's like feeling like everything was so personal, or feeling like it was me against the world. And that's absolutely this type of energy as well. And being able to step away from that and say, whoa, maybe it's not me against the world. Maybe it's been me against me this whole time. And so the world created situations that made it feel like it was me against the world. And so this is like understanding a part of yourself that was very difficult for you to face. Very, very difficult. But also have found a sense of purpose through that, and a sense of real stability. Like stability is the main thing here. The doors that are being opened is stability. Could be stability in finances, stability in life. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yep, the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Oh, I already know where this is going. And the Hangman in the reverse. Okay, so someone broke your heart. Really, really bad. And this could go back as far as childhood wounds, right? Like this could be like your parents really broke your heart, and then your best friend broke your heart, and then your first love broke your heart, and then from there on it just seemed like everybody was breaking your heart, okay? That's kind of the energy that's coming through. It's like this consistent feeling of all these failed relationships, things that are falling apart, things that never have any chance of survival. And with the Knight of Wands here, we see romantic frustration, broken heart as well. But we also see with the Hangman not feeling comfortable in your own skin, right? In the reverse, it's a slanted view of the life that we see, right? It's just not seeing it in the best way possible for ourselves, in the most aligned way possible for ourselves. And I was getting that here with the 2 of Cups. It feels like the duality is something that's been really difficult for you to accept this whole time. It's just something that's like, because life has either been, they're either going to break my heart or they're going to abandon me, which breaks my heart. And it's like, that was the main thing, was breaking of the heart here. When we see that with all these Cups cards, or with these Cups cards and with the Knight of Wands in the reverse, like been cheated on, been betrayed, been hurt, been, you know, stabbed in the back, been through it all. And that's why I feel like Saturn is coming up too. And that's why I felt like before I was even getting started, this energy of like, you've just been through a lot. And they're not trying to diminish that in any one way, shape, or form. That's absolutely a truth. You've been through a lot. But the door that's opening for you here is a changed perspective on how you see people. That maybe it isn't always the way that you thought it was, or that things weren't always happening the way that you think that they were. That maybe there was a part of you that was playing into this self-fulfilling prophecy as well, and that's why you were attracting people who were, you know, emotionally unavailable, or just in a place of self-hatred and hell, you know, and creating all different types of hells, and, you know, whatever the situation was. But because that was a reflection of where you were as well, thinking that it's always me against the world. And with the Six of Cups here at the center of the reading, we see there's been tons of failed relationships. Look at that. Can't get it to move straight. We see all these failed relationships here. Back and forth, back and forth. You see how the card was moving? It kept going back and forth. I wasn't trying to do that. It just happened. It's like I keep hearing the woe is me, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing to say, woe is me. I've been really in a bad situation. My heart has been broken. Like, I'm grieving. I'm going through this really difficult time. When it becomes a problem is when that becomes the only place that we ever reside in, and we can never experience happiness or good times with people because we're always so concerned about, when is this person going to break my heart? When is this person going to betray me? When is this situation going to fall apart like it always does? Right? And that's where we see the Hangman in the reverse. We're not seeing things clearly. The Hangman is such a unique card out of the whole of the tarot, because the Hangman, he's someone who's like very unusual, and he doesn't want to look at things the way that everyone else does, standing on their 2 feet. He wants to see if changing his perspective allows him an opportunity to see things from a new start, a new beginning, right? A fresh place. And when he comes out in the reverse, he's not in his element. So therefore, he's uncomfortable. He's not seeing things clearly. And he's being affected more so by the things outside of him rather than focusing on what is serving his highest good. When he's in the upright, he's very comfortable in his skin. He's very comfortable with who he is. He doesn't care how people see him. He doesn't care really even how people act, because his main concern is about his knowledge and his wisdom. You can also liken this to Odin with Drasil, when he went and hung on the tree of wisdom, and he was getting the information on the runes. Okay, like he carved out his own eye so that he could gain the wisdom. And that's the thing. It's like, that's what the Hangman wants. He wants to gain the wisdom and the knowledge so that he can always have a way to navigate life. But here it's in this energy of like, I'm not seeing things like that, because I'm only seeing things for what I know, what I've felt, what my emotional ego is ruling in my life right now. And that's our emotional well-being is just way out of whack, and we're not healing ourselves, and we're just letting things happen time and time again, or we're getting connected with people, and not always happening, right? Like sometimes we are letting it happen because it's just like, oh, it's just going to happen again, so why should I try? Right? And that's like resigning to the situation to let that happen again. But other times it's like we're inviting in people thinking that we've healed, and it's the same thing over and over again. And we're like getting triggered time and time again until we become detached from that trigger, and we begin to actually look at the fact that, wow, this has really been about the light and dark aspect within myself. Right? So where was it that you weren't feeling comfortable with yourself, which we see here with the first house? And so the doors that are being opened for you is this comfort with self. And that in turn is helping you to attract people who will see you in your element. Let's get some clarifiers. I'm going to clarify with the Osho Zen. So may I please clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse, source? Okay, thank you. May we please clarify the Six of Cups in reverse here, source? Okay, thank you. And may we please clarify the Hanged Man in reverse? Wow, okay, there's 2 cards coming out for that. All right, and on the bottom, yeah, we have the King of Swords, control. Right? Like, I'm going to control everything from here on out. And I feel like that's what is happening is you're letting this go. You're letting go of this control. You're letting go of this need to make sure that everything happens exactly how it's meant to, and being really honest with yourself. You see how rigid this is, right? This is a very rigid energy. This is restrictive. It doesn't allow you to move. And Saturn energy is very restrictive energy as well. But that's what you'd been in, was that very restrictive energy. I'm going to restrict my energy. I'm going to restrict people from being allowed to my energy. I'm not going to give them love. I'm not going to be there for them the way I used to be because I don't want to get hurt anymore. Right? And so we're seeing that the door that's opening is you seeing this part of yourself to release it. Right? So let's see. Yeah, we have the House of God energy here with the Thunderbolt. This has been a destructive time in your life, not just for you, but just like everything that's going on around you. Just seems like everything is in chaos. Okay? And that's something that Source is trying to help you bring to an end. But Source can't do everything for us, even though, of course, you know, the possibility is there for Source just to take away all our problems. But what would we learn? Nothing. If Source just gave us everything on a golden platter right now, we would learn nothing. Right? We would be spoiled and we would be insincere and we would not be grateful for the things that we have in life. And so through the lessons, we learn gratitude and sincerity and generosity and genuineness and compassion and deep connection with ourselves. And that's why we go through these hardships. And it's like, of course, it would be easy to wave all that away. But the purpose is not to spoil us. The purpose is to help us learn these lessons that we won't carry with us into our next life or into our later life. We have understanding. Yeah. So this is the Page of Cups. Setting yourself free from this cage. Like, you're seeing other people who are getting it. You're seeing other people who are experiencing this beautiful life. You're seeing other people who are having a good time. And you're over here wondering, like, why can't I have that good time? But you're not seeing that the cage has been open this whole time. All you have to do is fly outside. And the page is like that new understanding. And it's like the emotions have just been so heavy that you've allowed this to go on for so long and keep you in a cage. And when I say allowed, I'm not saying that you consciously were like, yeah, I'm just going to stay here. Okay. I want you to understand that when we allow things to happen in our lives because we're unaware that they're happening, right? This is a very subconscious thing. And that's what I was feeling when I was shuffling, was you're purging out the subconscious, those dangers that have come up. This is something that was triggered time and time again. And there was danger that happened. And that danger was keeping you feeling small. That danger was keeping you feeling little, in like you didn't deserve things. That danger was keeping you in this place of like, yep, well, that's that self-fulfilling prophecy coming true. No one loves me. Everyone's always going to betray me. It's me against the world, right? And so what door is opening for you is the realization that you actually have far more power than you thought you did. And this is actually going to be a really, and I'll make sure that I'll put that on the timestamp, is that this is a triggering reading. There's a lot that's coming up here. And so they're saying, we're not trying to trigger you. We're not trying to make you feel upset. We're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help you see things that are, it's not so black and white, right? There's the shadow and the light aspect, but there's so much more to it. And we're so multifaceted that we are a product of everything and anything that comes in between the light and the shadow. So we have the King of Cups here, healing. Look at this, healing the heart. Look at that. That's the heart chakra. Healing of the heart. We're blocking off everything else. We don't want your mind to get involved here. We definitely don't want the nether regions to be involved here. We really need to focus on the heart. We need to focus on healing this part of ourselves. So what doors are opening is just sheer healing to your heart chakra. And then we have here, look, and the Empress energy, creativity. So there's a new rebirth here that's happening, and a sense of grounding and loving yourself and stepping into this divine feminine energy, this very feminine, beautiful energy. You could be a Pisces. You don't have to be, but you could be a Pisces, a Taurus, a Libra, Scorpio, Aquarius, or a Leo is coming through. Cancer energy as well. Capricorn. I know it's a lot. It doesn't have to be one of those though. I also heard Pisces in the 12th house, Pisces in the 8th house, and Pisces in the 3rd house coming through. But this is something that's really, really near and dear to you. It's like really focusing and facing that part of yourself that was allowing self-fulfilling prophecies to be a part of your life. And I know I keep saying allowing, but I feel like it's necessary to say allowing, because it's like it was a part of you that you didn't know was just basically opening the door to chaos, right? It's so subconscious and you don't know that it's happening. And so this is like the subconscious was putting you through this because of the wounds from the past. And so there's heart healing here. So whoever was the first one to break your heart, like you're looking way back into that and you're saying like, what the heck happened to me where this became a recurring pattern in my life? And through that, you're releasing and coming into a state of balance here. Okay. Balancing the good, balancing the bad, balancing the difficult, balancing the shadow, the light, the easy, the beautiful. All those things are coming into balance for you. And that's why this has been so vital for you on your journey. And that's the door that's opening here. And I do feel like with the Two of Cups, this could absolutely point at love, but it could also be pointing at something that you deeply love is coming in. It feels like there was just such a part of you that was closed off for so long, and that's you're opening up to this, and with it comes wisdom, knowledge, tapping into your higher self. We have yang energy on the bottom, proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion with Aries, Leo, Sag, and Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Yeah, so you're moving forward from this. Okay, that's a door that's opening for you, is moving forward from this feeling of me against the world, everyone's out to get me, no one can love me. This pile of 3, you're so worthy of love. And it's just the thought process puts us in this, I'm not worthy of love, that's never going to come to me, that puts us in this place of where we never receive love because we really resonate with not feeling like we deserve love. And that comes from when our hearts were first broken when we were a child. We have Michael and Solis Dea. You can do it. Do not give up. Follow the path of your wildest dreams. And I feel like Archangel Michael is someone who definitely is flying with you here. Things are coming to fruition for you. And it's all about you opening up your heart so that you can receive. Everybody else got 2 of these, so I'm going to get one more. Yeah. Lao Tzu and Sunshine. We have be careful with your words. With some, you can harm yourself, so speak with love and positivity. Allow your words and smile to be your adornments. With some, you can harm yourself. What have we been talking about this whole time? This is so telling. This is so telling. Look, and we've got the orange dragon and we've got the red dragon here, right? The sacral chakra. This is your right to feel. And then the root chakras. This is my right to belong. On the bottom, we have Landa and Clarita with life on earth is a heroic journey. Mastering the visible and the earthly is as important as mastering the invisible and the mystic. So Saturn has been a part of you mastering the physical realm so that you can master the mystic, right? And this feels like a purifying of the soul, a purifying of your heart, a purifying of the self. These are the doors that are opening. I know it's so much better to hear about finances and all these things, but this is a powerful door for you to walk through. Look, we've got these 2 powerful cards coming out for you. Time to collaborate with Ant Spirit. So things falling apart to fall into place, right? The pieces are coming together for you to invite individuals into your life that are on the same vibration as you. And then before and under that, we've got, look, 44 with reclaim your power with Panther Spirit, right? You'd been giving your power away to a wounded part of yourself. And that's just been how it was. And you couldn't do any better until you knew how to do better. We have Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted, right? Sometimes it feels like, why do we go through these hardships? And that's what I was saying. Like, Source could just whisk it all away. But nothing is wasted. It all brings value, right? And it is difficult. Sometimes it is hard. we all go through those hardships, and it seems like some people have it way easier than others, but all of us learn this valuable lesson to let go of those thoughts and patterns that have been holding us back, and we realize that we are the creators of our own universe. It's not everyone that we're connected to, it's us. And that sometimes is the most difficult lesson to learn, because our whole lives we've been conditioned to blame everyone else for how we feel. That woe is me. New moon promise. Yeah, so sense of love coming in here, a promise of love, a promise of kinship, right? A promise of soul tribe. This is something that Source has promised you. How can we bring in soul tribe if you're in this energy of they're just going to betray me? Like, that's self-sabotaging energy that comes out, right? And so that's what we're trying to help you overcome by having you go through these difficult situations. This is something your soul has asked to go through to help release that self-sabotaging pattern. Okay, we've got Lioness with protection. And you were soul protected, right? You were held, you were supported. Everyone here is protecting you. There's something about reconnecting with your intuition as well here. What's on the bottom? Yeah, look, we've got Watchers, the Watchers with the snow leopard. All these cats coming out. I feel like this wants to be out. And we've got 15 and 15 coming through. We'll see what numbers come through for you here. It's like your soul here is asking you to become the watcher, the observer of your own actions, of your own thoughts, of your own feelings, right? When you become the observer of you, things begin to shift so much in life. It's quite amazing what happens when we become the observer of ourselves. Let's get a truth oracle out here for pile number 3. What doors are opening for pile number 3, Source? And it's interesting because you chose the white feather, right? And the white feather is all about purifying. And I know this has been a difficult message. And I wish I could say that they're all just happy and fluffy and nothing real is going to come through, but that's just not the type of reader that I am. That's not how I was designed. And so it's like, we see here that sometimes to be purified, we have to go through some things that are very difficult. On the bottom, yeah, look, we have runaway, get away, keep away, give up. There's this feeling of like, I got to run away. Just a second, Zoe. Just a second. Right? I have to run away. And a lot of anger that's coming with that too. And that's okay. Like, it's okay that you feel angry. It's okay that you feel bad about it. It's okay that you feel upset about it. That's just a part of life. Like, we're humans. We're going to feel the whole scope of emotions. And we have to give ourselves that right to feel what it is that we're feeling at any one moment. But when it becomes an issue for us is when we stay there, right? When we allow those emotions to take hold of us and to not let us live our lives and to not let us invite in opportunities to our lives. That's when it becomes a burden. That's why I was saying that woe is me energy. Okay, so we had strength, flip over, and this has some misspellings on it, but I'll read that in just a second. One more here. Thank you, Source. On the bottom, look, we have 444. Affection, overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support, and comfort. Your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is a possibility of beginning a new romantic or platonic friendship, as well as a chance to begin life anew with a person from one's past. Everything will fall to pieces. And I was saying, isn't that interesting? You got the ant spirit, and we've got the House of God coming out here with Thunderbolt. And it's this energy of everything's falling to pieces to fall into place. Is it that song, fall into pieces? Yeah. Fall into pieces. Yeah. Just pray to a God that I don't believe in. Oh my gosh, what is it? I think it's called it's either falling to pieces or it's pieces. And I can't remember who sings it, but it's like, she's got time, well, what is it? She's got time, well, I got free. Oh, she's got freedom, well, I got time. I've got time, well, she's got freedom. Because when a heart breaks, no, it don't break even. It's Break Even, that's the name of the song. When a heart breaks, no, it don't break even, no. What am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you? And what am I supposed to say when it's all messed up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. Yeah, something like that. So that's the energy though. It's like falling to pieces. Falling to pieces. I'm the one that got my heart broke. It's not even. They got away just fine, right? But you might not know that because of that woe is me energy. It's like, how would you know if they got away okay? What, they moved on to another person because their life looks okay? But you're only seeing this much of it from social media or wherever you're seeing it at. You're not seeing what's going on behind closed doors. You're not seeing how that person feels. You're not even tapped into how that person feels, right? And that's not the point, Source is saying. The point is to tap into you. So we have strength with 0, 0, 0, 0. Obstacles, hardships, strength, building character, and experience. There might be some difficulties ahead, but you will push through. You got this. If you've been struggling or feeling lost, winds of change will blow in your favor. Some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. Hang in there, right? Structure, strength, stability. Okay, so things are falling apart. Like, we're acknowledging the hardships that you've experienced here. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay. Right? We're trying to open you up to call in people who are going to see you as a whole person and want to be there with you. Move forward and defend self. We had the yang energy on the bottom. Move forward. So you're moving away from this energy. Okay, this is something you're moving away from. This is a door that's opening here. And then we've got strength. Again, strength with mountain. It's been a mountain to climb. You've been through a lot. Pile number 3. Okay? It's been very difficult, and we understand that. Okay? And sometimes it's really hard to hear these messages. Not all these messages are meant to be easy. That's the power of tarot. Sometimes it triggers us deeply so that we can begin healing those wounds that we would otherwise shut away and not even look at, even though they might be bleeding profusely, right? And that's exactly what this feels like. It's been something that has just been unattended to for so long because it was easier to shut it away and to not worry about fixing it because, oh, I'll take care of that later, but later never came. So now, because you're building a foundation, these wounds are getting triggered. And as they get triggered, you're recognizing how strong you are to move away from this, to move forward from this, to move into a place of reclaiming your power. Talent. Born with features, personality. So you have talents and gifts that you're meant to share with the world. But you couldn't give that talent and that gift to the world when this was all going on, this like victim mentality, right? And the other one here is 888, communication, charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again. Until you're tired and restrained beyond depression, it takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a choice and the world around you follows. Like, I can't make this energy out. This is a very powerful energy that's coming through here for your reading. But let's see if Kuan Yin brings a message to help quell the fire of this reading, because there's a lot of fire in this reading. So let's see if she helps bring her water and her nurturing in to give us a very clear message to close this out. Okay, so Source, what Kuan Yin Oracle card will help us close out this reading and better understand what doors are opening here? What Kuan Yin card will help us better understand? Thank you. All right. So on the bottom, we have the blessings of the Moon Maiden here. Number 2, duality. We've got 2 on the bottom here, duality. So there's something about really embracing this part of your journey with the duality that's going on, and knowing that while there are hard things happening, those hard things are not a product of who you are. It's just stuff that's happening around you. We're going to read this from the book, though, and see what it is. Weave the future golden. And I cannot make this up. Look, we have number 44. Do you see that there? I hope that focused. So interesting. We got 44, 44, 444. Okay, like this is a very powerful message for you, and it's all about strength, structure, and stability. And that's the door that's opening for you, is structure, stability, foundations in your life, weaving the future golden, the ability to weave your future the way that you see fit. But first, letting go of things that are absolutely detrimental to your growth, right? And their thought processes and their patterns and their toxic behaviors. We all have to let go of them. Says something good is coming your way. Kuan Yin urges you to weave your future into the present moment, to call in and draw to you the opportunities, teaching, circumstances, and synchronicities waiting for you that will enable your soul to live its divine destiny with greater abundance, bliss, and creative fulfillment. Do you know how much the divine wishes to support and assist you in living your heart's truth this lifetime? Kuan Yin, with grace and compassion, wishes to help you ascend to the next level of your life expression so that your soul light may shine more brightly on this planet and help you and other beings live with more heart and less fear. You can choose to live a life infused with the golden energy of peace, prosperity, joy, and creativity. A future so golden is being woven into your present moment now, like a tapestry with the choices and actions that make you in this moment. You call into being the divine golden tapestry of future bliss. Clever you. Kuan Yin is aware there are opportunities and assistance waiting for you in the future, in your future embodiment. She wishes to assist you in drawing those future gifts into the present moment where they can be of most use to you. This oracle indicates that there is something special waiting in the wings for you. If you wish to do so, you can receive healing and elevate your vibration so that you are able to receive it more readily. If you've been holding a secret wish in your heart, perhaps to publish a book, to be a healer, to teach, or to write, to sing, or to attract a loving soulmate partnership, or to spiritually awaken at a deeper level, take a moment to feel what it would be like for that heartfelt wish to manifest right now. Can you imagine the joy of it? Can you also allow for that joy to be such a normal, ordinary occurrence that it could be a part of your life right now? This is how to begin to weave that manifestation into this moment. Be bold, dream big, and imagine what it would feel like to live your dreams. Can you begin to cultivate those feelings now, irrespective of whether you see the manifestation in physical form or not as yet? Sitting with joy in your heart, whether it relates to something specific or not, is magnetic to the good that the universe wishes to deliver to you. It is like switching your inner light on a higher voltage so that special opportunities perfect for you can find their way to you more swiftly. And if your great good comes in an unexpected form but still feels wonderful, accept it. Your future golden will come to you into your life in the most beautiful ways. And usually, if it is not exactly as we imagined it, it is even more perfect for us. Okay, so here she's saying there's good things coming for you and letting go of this energy, right? And I feel like that's the main thing here, is that you are walking away. You're moving forward from this type of energy. It's been very difficult. It's had its run of your life. And now moving on from it, you're going to be able to open up to new things, better things, okay? I love you so much. Pile number 3, I'm giving you this big, big, big energetic hug. I know it's been so difficult and you've done such amazing work and you've done good things. And I know this was a very difficult reading. And if you made it into the end of this, just know I'm so proud of you, because this was not easy. It wasn't easy for me as a reader, and I know for you as a viewer, it probably was not easy, but sometimes it's necessary to hear the things that we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Okay, so just know that you are loved, you are so supported, and you are so held by the divine. If you felt like this was your reading, leave 444 down below and say, I'm building strength, structure, and stability in my life, knowing that letting go of the things that no longer serve me are allowing me to call in my future golden. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, but I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.